Hola, Unconventionals.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Well, welcome to quarantine life.
Yep. Isolated in Ecuador.
Yeah, we're all connected by our isolation.
Yes.
And our weight gain.
Yeah, we've definitely been doing some comfort eating, and I have not been as diligent with my workouts lately. But
no. Hola, Sean.
Hola. Oh, good. Yay. I like
Thanks, Sean.
chat is working.
Hola, Lana. Yeah, chat is working.
Yay.
2 times in a row. Yeah.
Hopefully that is now not going to be an issue moving forward.
Yeah. So should we start with an update on the situation here in Ecuador?
Sure. Why not?
It's not good, guys. Guayaquil is pretty bad. We saw a report from CNN and also discussed on Wall Street Journal, and we've seen several videos posted by friends of friends on Facebook, and it is really bad in Guayaquil.
I know, it looks awful, and we feel so sorry for everybody that's there.
Yeah, and the numbers, a lot of people have asked why the numbers don't reflect what we're hearing in the news as far as deceased and confirmed cases, and they just don't have enough tests here or enough people to go test everyone who has died.
Yeah.
But the government said yesterday that they are collecting 150 dead people a day. So that's more than they've listed as deceased from the coronavirus just from one day. So we know that there's probably hundreds, if not well over 1,000 people who have died at least in Guayaquil.
Yeah.
From this. So,
but we don't know if it's all. They said that they, on average, end up collecting like 30 or some bodies a day anyway. But regardless,
you mean for other causes?
For other causes.
Yeah.
So people obviously are. Not everything is coronavirus related. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's the issue. That's why all these countries and governments can't keep up, is because people can still die for other reasons. You know, cancer, heart attack, just regular flu. I mean, there's people die every day for non-virus related issues. And so when you pile all of the additional virus related deaths on top, the whole system it can't handle the additional volume. Right.
But it's a bad situation. Here in Olón, we're doing just fine. We are all on curfew from 2 p.m. to 5 a.m. And they just did another restriction. So now they're restricting mobility, cars. So private cars can only drive 1 day a week, Monday through Friday. So they're not going to allow anybody to drive over the weekend.
Yeah.
That starts on Monday.
And that's just for private vehicles, right? So the delivery trucks can still drive every day. But that's another issue that we're having here is that we're kind of growing concerned that we're not going to have food because the mercados up here in Olón are just not open on a regular schedule. And when they are open, the line is down the street and we're very concerned about food. So we're going to be filming our gardening. We're going to start gardening. And we already talked to our landlord. He said, desperate times call for desperate measures. And so he's going to let us do some raised beds in the backyard and start growing some of our own food, because we're really concerned that there's not going to be any if this drags on for a lot longer.
Well, fresh vegetables.
Yeah, the fresh vegetables.
We can walk to Tia, so I'm not worried about starving, but
I am. I'm worried about starving on regular days. So.
We'll be fine. I'm more worried about people who haven't been able to work at all.
Yeah, there are a lot of families here in throughout Ecuador, but in our town, in this area, that they earn all of their income from tourism, the beach, working in restaurants. And so a lot of people have no income, and a lot of people don't live paycheck to paycheck here. They live day to day. They go out in the morning and they work and earn money to buy food for the day for themselves and their families. So it's really a struggle for a lot of people right now.
Wow, Gary just said, and hola. Sorry, we haven't been saying hi to everybody. Hey, glad you're joining us from going out of the mall and around the block. Wow. People stocking up before a driving ban starts.
Yeah.
And you're right, Alan. We'll have to grow short crops. Obviously, I don't think we can grow enough food to survive completely.
No,
but I love gardening anyway, so this is, it's going to be a positive thing.
Yeah, Amelia had a huge garden when I met her.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to
that. That was what started my back issues, is working in her garden.
Oh, it is not.
We had the most expensive zucchinis on the face of the planet.
Yeah, you guys.
She had a big zucchini patch, and the squirrels kept eating the zucchini. So she's like, let's build a fence around it, and we'll have to cover it up to keep the squirrels out. And I think we averaged about $14 a zucchini if you added up all of the expense of building the fencing around that garden.
Yeah, they were very fancy. Special zucchini.
I said we could just buy zucchini at the store a lot cheaper.
Yeah, in retrospect, that probably wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, and I hurt my back doing it too, and that's the start of it, Amelia. Your zucchini patch. Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna do container gardens.
Yeah,
and we started our compost yesterday, so we're very excited about that. And hello, everybody. Sorry for not saying hi as much. We just kind of dived right in. So I saw somebody, Sequoia. Hola. I haven't heard anything about a water shortage in Guayaquil. I really hope that's not the case. That
Hola,
would be
Steve.
Horrible. Hola.
As somebody asked about deaths in Montanita alone, we saw a post on Facebook today, but there was no source, so no official source. It was just somebody posted that some people had died in Montanita alone in San Jose, which is a little town just north of here. But I went online and looked. I haven't seen any official report of anyone dying in this area yet. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you. This thing seems so contagious. And we know that people have visited from Guayaquil, breaking the curfew, coming here when they're not supposed to. But you can't keep people in. They think they're invincible. They might have it and not even know it. So we can't keep it that isolated. We know it's in Santa Elena, up in La Libertad and Salinas, so that's not that far from here.
Well, it is what it is. We're just following the rules. That's all we can do.
Yes.
And we're going to grow our own seeds. So we started saving seeds. Fortunately, I had a butternut squash that I bought from Franco's Organicos back in Cuenca, and I had just cooked it the other day, and we saved all the seeds. So I'm pretty excited to try to grow some butternut squash.
Yeah, that would be great. And I looked it up, and it said it likes to grow in warm weather. So
Doug said hi to Minnie.
Oh.
Hi, Doug.
I'm sure Minnie wants to be let loose. I haven't flown her since last week.
Yeah, Darlene, you're right. Guayaquil looks truly awful. And I had not heard that Georgia is going to reopen their beaches. And no, I cannot imagine. I think that is crazy. But they're not really doing anything. My family lives there, and it's scary. My dad's health is really bad, and
yeah, they're just not doing much of anything.
No, I guess they are in Atlanta, but not outside Atlanta. Or I don't know. I haven't asked. My mom is just trying to stay home and stay healthy, which is a good thing. All right. Alan said it is true what the news said. Yeah, I know. There's people, I read that they only have 20% of the funeral homes operating as well, which is also part of the issue, and they just can't keep up. I mean, it's just really, truly heartbreaking. And I cannot even imagine. I mean, you're already dealing with so much, and then to have to deal with somebody that you care about.
Yeah, that's dead, and you can't have them removed. No one will come remove them. I just can't even imagine.
Awful. It's just awful. But okay, we need to change the subject.
Yeah, let's turn this more positive.
Cubanos Libres, I love all of the emojis. That's awesome. It's very cute.
Yeah.
Judith, you're cold? It is not cold here.
No, it's been beautiful.
Yep, it's been nice and comfortable. Actually, I'm got my fan just in case. Knowing me, I will probably be needing it here soon.
Yep.
We did a cooking video the other day, and
she burst into flames.
Oh my gosh! Because we're cooking over a gas stove, and I just got so hot. I was just dripping sweat. Fortunately, that was not part of the video because nobody wants to see me sweating while I'm cooking food. That's gross.
Yeah.
I don't think it would have been very appetizing.
I call her Jack because she just bursts into flames like the Incredibles character. And it's all of a sudden too, I was filming and I thought, oh my God, she's dripping. How did that happen?
Well, it was hot with the gas on. Hola, Luciana. Hola de Brazil. Brazil. And no, somebody asked if we've been practicing our Spanish. No, we suck.
Not really.
We suck, you guys. Sorry.
We've been cooking and working and trying to stay positive.
So,
and I've been freaking out about growing food. So I've been doing a lot of research on composting and raised beds and how to grow food and so that kind of stuff.
You know, Felix asked how the situation is in Salinas. I haven't really seen or heard much of anything. We have some friends that live there. We'll have to check in with Rebecca and Mario. Other than I've seen her posting that they've had their electricity go out over the last couple of days. But I've been really busy working, considering my company was talking about layoffs and stuff like that. I've been busier than ever because now that we're doing everything virtual, we're having like tons of meetings. So thank goodness our internet's been working really well.
Yeah, Amelia's always on a meeting.
Yes, but I am every day now. I have meetings every morning. However, it's a good thing because it keeps my brain occupied and then I don't go down the coronavirus rabbit hole or like JP. I'll walk out from a meeting and I'll have this concerned look on his face and I go, no, you need something else to focus on. Maybe Spanish. Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Gary. I will take you up on that offer of
really?
garden consultation.
Cool. Sweet.
Amelia is actually the gardener. I'm just trying to learn. She already knows a lot of this stuff. I've never been much of a gardener.
I just kind of planted stuff and figured I'd see what grew. That was my approach to gardening. And I did the raised beds and like turned the soil and all that, but I didn't go out and do anything fancy. I don't even think I got any fertilizer. But we're going to have to get some good soil here because the soil in our backyard looks...
it's like a clay sand mixture.
Yeah.
I can't imagine anything would grow in it. The grass barely grows.
But stuff grows here like crazy. Yeah. So, and you know what? There's already a couple of raised beds out in the front. So other people are growing stuff here.
Yeah.
Stuff grows. We will not starve. However, if we're going to only grow like little tomatoes or something, we're going to be really thin. Yes, gardening most of the time it is very forgiving. I agree. And we don't have to worry about squirrels here, JP.
No squirrels, although the birds, I bet, would eat those tomatoes.
No.
They might.
Maybe.
A lot of birds.
There are a lot of birds here. We have these little teeny tiny yellow ones that like to go. They always fly in pairs and I see them out poking around in the backyard every once in a while. They're really cute. Takes 7 to 10 days, very high nutrition. Oh.
What is?
I'm not sure which kind of, did I miss a comment?
Yeah, I don't see it in there.
All the time anyway, it's fun to be able to share them.
Yeah, we recorded one the other day and then I tasted it and didn't like it. So
well, all right, let's have this conversation with the group. So we made oat milk and there's a debate online about whether you should soak your oats or not soak your oats. And some people say that it can make them more slimy if you soak them. Some people say it doesn't matter. So I made oat milk and I soaked them and I made it the same way I always do. Although I made it in the food processor because we don't have a blender. And it took forever to record this video because there was only the second time I'd done it in the food processor. And so I didn't think about the fact that the liquid could come spewing out. So he put in more water and it made a big mess.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we made it, we finished the video, and then the next morning we had some in our oats for breakfast, and JP told me he thought it was slimy.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
And I thought it tasted the same as it always does, and I didn't notice anything. So JP said he did not want to post that video, which kind of made me mad.
Yeah, because there was a painful video.
We spent so much time doing that damn video.
It was like a 3-minute video, and it took us longer than a normal video does. And then after all of that, and I said, I don't feel comfortable posting this because I don't like it. So we're going to try it again and do it a different way.
We're going to try it, making it without soaking the oats and see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, because I looked up online and several people said if you don't soak the oats, then it doesn't come out slimy.
We'll see. I'm just wondering how well it's going to work in our food processor, but that's a whole different. It'll work. It just probably won't work as well as a blender. So Judith said it's cloudy and rainy.
Yeah.
That does not sound fun.
Cubanos Libres, most of Ecuador does have very nice soil, but our backyard does not. I'm pretty sure they stripped every piece of decent soil off when they built this place and put it somewhere else because it's like this hard clay sand mixture.
Although the grass is growing really well.
Well, it's sod though. They brought it in with a nice thick bed of dirt under it.
Yeah, we would have been fine with some grass seed, but I was surprised to see them come in with sod.
Yeah, I don't think grass seed would have taken out there.
So I don't know. So Ingrid said, I hear putting enzymes in oat milk. I don't know what an enzyme would be. And yeah, finding anything like that here is not very good chance. Roy stated, Via de los Sueños. Oh, Chaco has his own Facebook page now, you guys. Chaco is the star. Yeah. This is the fastest growing Facebook account in history ever. He's so sweet. We love Marsha and Chell and Via de los Sueños. They just uploaded a new video. You guys should go check them out. Gary, we're gonna re-record the video. Unfortunately, we already finished recording it. I even posted it and everything, and then I decided not to publish it. So it's past the editing point. Although I guess we could just tack on another one and say a little end clip and say, "All right, I don't like it." But we should at least try it without the soaking. Yeah, well, let's do it both ways. Yeah. I agree. I don't know where we could get any digestive enzymes, but that's good to know for when this is over. Mm-hmm. Unless you have an idea of something that we could get locally. I'm guessing probably not. There's just not as much of a selection here. If we really want a big shopping selection, we have to go to Salinas, and we're not doing that. Yeah. We're able to go because you can travel within the province. You just can't leave the province. However, we don't want to go where there's more cases. Yeah, trying to stay clear of the cases. Salinas, La Libertad, and Santa Elena all have more cases. Well, from what we know, that's where all the cases of coronavirus are. But like JP said this morning, I mean, I wouldn't even know where you would go around here to get tested or if they're testing people. We have no idea. So it is what it is. Yeah, we just have an urgent care clinic in Mongrel Alto, so we don't have a very good medical facility here. Gary, I agree with you and Bonnie. JP, do you see what that says? What? Bonnie said if you post the cooking video with result that one of you likes and one of you doesn't, it would be educational and interesting for discussion. That's what I just talked about when I said I already posted it. Yes, so. But it's like you need to hear it from somebody else besides your loved one. Oh, I know. You know how that works, like with your family. Your family will tell you something, and then but then you have to hear it from somebody else before you believe it. Yeah. I don't need a gardening consultant. I just need somebody to come in and repeat what I say so that she'll listen to me and believe it. That's not. And I think, Sequoia, I saw somebody asked how long we've been together. How long we've been together? 7 years? 7.5 years. 7.5 years. And we still love each other. Although that's not very long. I see some people that have been together for like 50, 60 years. That's really impressive. Yeah, that's a long time. Yes. Oh, papaya. Oh, yeah, of course. Papaya seeds. Papaya seeds. We haven't seen a lot of papayas lately. I'm surprised. We thought for sure we would see more fruit, and we just haven't been seeing much besides bananas. But then again, we aren't really going out and putting ourselves out there. And when I say we, I mean JP. He's the shopper. Because, like I was saying, I'm all usually working. Yep. So do we miss Cuenca? We miss parts of Cuenca, but I definitely don't miss the altitude or the cold weather. I feel so much better here at the lower altitude, and I really like being warm. Yes. I don't even wear a shirt. I just wear my shorts, and that's pretty much all I ever have on unless I leave the house because I can't get sunburned, and I don't want to blind the village people with my white skin. You can see how white it is. That's how white the rest of me is. So I have a farmer's tan, and I would not want to subject the townspeople to that. Well, and Leisha's a lot better too. She doesn't whine like she used to.
Yeah, the dogs are better because they both have arthritis in their hips, and they both feel a lot better here.
Yeah, Bill, I know you're right. We should figure out where to go to get tested. There is a little emergency hospital. Somebody sent a thing out on Deb's list. We have the information. I just haven't really taken the time to research it. I guess that's kind of stupid.
The closest main hospital is Monta. It's about little over 2 hours north of here. That's the closest real hospital. There are some clinics in La Libertad as well.
Mm-hmm. And there is the emergency hospital in Monte Alto, which does basic stuff like stitches and
broken bones.
Yeah.
Ocean injuries.
Yes. And I do miss the flower market, definitely. I have not seen any place to buy flowers here.
Flowers are not a thing here unless you just go cut them out of somebody's yard. There's a lot of flowers that grow.
Yeah.
There's flowers everywhere, but they're just not for sale.
It's my baby.
And we have a Wanabana tree in our neighborhood too. That was on papaya trees. It's really cool to see them just growing out in the city.
Oh, Craig. Oh, hey, Craig. It's nice to have a neighbor online. He said they are not testing locally.
Yeah. Can't
afford it. I'm not surprised. And Steve, hey, Steve, good to see you or chat with you. He asked about mail order. I'm guessing that there are no deliveries.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Deliveries anyway.
But I don't know if DHL or UPS, hi, Daisy, if they're up and running or not. If anybody knows, let us know in the comments.
I could do some green screen with Amelia surfing. That'd be funny.
That would be funny.
Ingrid asked if Cuenca is more clean. I would say the air here is cleaner than Cuenca.
Yeah, I agree.
The air is from the ocean. It's always just a nice ocean breeze, and it is crystal clean here.
Yeah, well, there's not as much traffic.
Yeah, there's very, very little traffic.
Especially now.
But as far as actually the city's very clean. There's not a lot of trash. Like when we went to India, we were shocked at how much trash there was everywhere. There was just trash everywhere. And here it's not like that. Some of the empty lots have trash that have kind of accumulated in them, but they're clean. They keep the places really clean. All the people are out like sweeping in front of their houses and their businesses pretty much every day, keeping the city nice and clean.
Diana asked, have we gotten a message from your government to return immediately? I heard it from another YouTuber that lives in Quito, and he said he feels safer there. Yeah, we haven't gotten anything like that or heard that we have to come back.
We also didn't sign up for the State Department watch list.
Oh, no, that's true.
So we don't get their messages. But I have seen that I think the last flight is April 7th, and they don't have any more flights planned to return from Ecuador to the States. But this is our home. We've got our dogs here. We wouldn't leave our dogs. They're not taking animals on any of these flights. So, I mean, we've been here for years now, and
we love it here.
We love it. We feel safer here, just being kind of remote and isolated. Unfortunately, if we did get sick, we wouldn't have access to decent medical care. But
so here's what JP said to me yesterday, which I guess was him trying to comfort me. I don't know. He said, well, if we get sick in the United States, then we could get better, but we would be bankrupt from the healthcare.
Yeah.
If we get sick here, then either we just live or die.
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
Yeah. So those are the options. If we were in the States, we probably would get better. We'd probably survive, but we'd be bankrupt. And here we will either live or die, and that will be the outcome.
Which is, you guys, they do have healthcare here, and the healthcare is very good.
It is in Cuenca and Quito and Guayaquil when it's not being stressed by the pandemic.
Right. We just are not in an area where
there's really no quality medical care here in this immediate vicinity.
Right. Gary said they got a message that said transportation would be provided if you want to go back, and they said if you want to go back, do it now. Oh, yeah, I did see that the U.S. has stopped issuing passports. Please. Oh, and people want more drone footage. I agree.
So here's the issue with Minnie. We have a 2 p.m. curfew. So I need to fly Minnie during our non-curfew hours. Otherwise, if Minnie goes down somewhere, I will be breaking curfew to go find her. That hit me the other day after I finished. I thought, well, crap, what happens if Minnie, because I already had Minnie do an uncontrolled descent once on me already. And that's a known issue with Minnie. And so if that happened again, I wouldn't be able to go find her without breaking curfew and risking getting arrested. So if I'm going to fly Minnie, it has to be before 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's been pretty windy, and Minnie doesn't do well in the wind. So
yeah,
I really want to get Minnie up in the air. I'm just a little afraid.
Well, let's do it in the morning. So Alicia and Daisy are doing just fine. Alan, Daisy we have a backyard. Thank goodness. And Alicia, she just likes to sleep. You know, she's really old. I don't know if you could tell, but her little eye here she's mostly blind. So we do this a lot. Daisy's not a huge fan of what is happening to her at this moment in time.
No.
Oh, well, actually, she looks like she's loving that, but she doesn't always like to be held up like that. But she loves to go hang out in the backyard and sun herself.
And bark at the cats.
Bark at the cats. Yes. We're really glad we're not in an area where we would have to take her up and down the stairs or use an elevator. Because when we were considering Salinas, we were thinking we wanted to stay in a place with a view, and that would have had an elevator, or, well, stairs too, but that would have not been easy for Miss Daisy.
No. She prefers to be outside. Somebody asked about mosquitoes and bugs here. They were pretty bad. They're not as bad now.
No, they're not.
Although we haven't had rain when's the last time we had a rain?
It's been a while.
It's been weeks since we've had a rain shower where water was sitting around. So they're not as bad right now.
Oh, Alina, I will happily do a skincare routines for sure.
Although Cuenca is not a dry.
It's not dry.
It's not dry, but it's not nearly as damp as it is here.
Different. Well, but altitude is different too. So I don't know. Maybe it's the ocean air too.
Mm-hmm.
The salt air. I don't know. But I've been pretty happy. What do you think, Leash? I missed a comment. Yeah, and I agree. Most people. Oh, somebody said, "Is there a way to go?"
Yeah, you can scroll.
Bonnie said she just looked up DHL and they are still working. Starting in April, they're adding a surcharge for international shipments. Well, that's not surprising. We missed a whole bunch of stuff. And I did see Gary said that if you want to go back to the U.S., go now, or else the U.S. is plan on staying indefinitely. Well, we're fine with that.
Yeah.
We have our permanent residency visas, and like JP said, we have our girls here. This is our home, and we love it. I don't even know where we go.
And I definitely don't want to live in our parents' basements.
No.
I managed to go my entire adult life without living in my parents' basement after I moved out. I never had to move back home. I'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think they want us to live in their basement either.
No. Yeah, Hill Country chick. It's not about the fine. It's about getting arrested. So they're arresting people for breaking curfew. Not just fining.
They do public shame people sometimes, which I think that's a great way to do it.
Yeah, we heard on Facebook that they were the surfers that were breaking curfew or just going out and surfing. They weren't sending them to jail. They were making them issue a public apology and do community service. That's funny. When we moved to Ecuador, Wayne, we sold all of our stuff. We have a few things in my parents' basement and in JP's parents' basement, like some documents. I still have some winter coats there, not Cuenca kind of clothes, like actual Denver, Colorado winter clothes. But that's it. We sold everything else. We brought what we wanted in suitcases. And then I went back a few other times for work and just brought more stuff back, which we've given a lot of that away. A lot of it was clothes that we undergrew. We don't ungrew. That's what I said. We ungrew them.
Yeah, we lost weight, so none of that stuff.
Although we might need them after this quarantine is over.
I know, we've been on a big bread kick. JP's been making bread, and the only type of flour we can get is white flour.
She made chocolate chip cookies that we ate the entire batch in 2 days.
Yeah, that was.
And we actually still had some of her beet brownies left. Hey, did anybody make the beet brownies? The recipe that we posted over on Lot of Veg? Let us know if you made them and what you thought. But we had some of those left. So we were like double fisting with the chocolate chip cookies and the beet brownies.
Yeah, I need to chill out on that.
But I think those videos are really popular on a lot of veg, so we need to make more of the dessert videos.
Well,
we only have 2. We have those cookies, and we have the beet brownies. That's the only dessert recipes we have on the videos.
Well, I was going to make those other ones that I kind of call breakfast cookies, but
yeah, those are good though.
I used the oat pulp from my oat milk to make cookies, and that was supposed to be the video after the oat milk video. And then JP's like, I want to do the whole video. So then my plan just went to pieces. But I still made the cookies, and actually we have not eaten all of those. I guess you're right now that when I'm saying these out loud, I'm like, yeah, I have been baking a lot of desserts. I guess I better be doing more surfer pop-ups.
Surfer pop-ups.
I gotta earn my cookies. Oh wow, John B said all the beaches in California are closed and you'll be arrested if they catch you there. Yeek. And Anne, I'm glad you feel like family. That's awesome. Hello, Yvette from Long Island. And I'm glad you got some nice comments that people like your music. JP puts a lot of effort into finding the right music. He really enjoys that.
Yeah, I do.
Cubanos Libre wants to know if we're planning to get a 2-person bike or e-bike. I don't know. It would be nice to have a bicycle. I saw somebody else asked if we rode bikes, and the answer is no, because we don't have any. And they don't have the rental bikes here like they do in Cuenca. It would be nice.
Yeah, the public rentals.
It would be nice to ride bikes between the towns. Although there are bike lanes.
We lost Daisy.
Daisy had enough. Oh, she wants her mom. It's my turn to pet Daisy. She's shedding. So we're gonna have a nice amount of dog hair over here.
We're heading into winter, and Daisy is shedding. She's still on the North American time frame, I guess.
Oh, Steve said he's been learning about making pizza during quarantine. Steve, JP has been making pizza, and that was also we were going
to do that video today, but we just didn't feel like recording anything today.
Well, and also it gets hot with the oven on.
Yeah, it's been really the last 3 days.
Yeah,
it's been really warm here.
And Bovar, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. We have been to Guayaquil, and that's been on our list to go and actually film some of the areas in Guayaquil. Once this is all over and things go back to normal, we will definitely make that a priority, because I know that there's some cool parks. There's one of those iguana parks with the massive iguanas. I would love to see that.
Daisy, what are you doing?
I don't know. Daisy just put herself in timeout.
Yeah.
She just went to the corner.
What are you doing, Daisy?
Oh, yeah, the flowers would be good on a shirt. You're right, Lillian. Renee, I know. It's easy to gain weight working from home, especially if you're like stress eating or boredom eating. It's
not really the working from home. It's the not being able to go outside and walk.
Yes.
And, I've worked from home for, the last 11 years I've worked from home. And in my career, my 25-year career, I've worked from home for about 15 years of that, at least 15 years, maybe more. And the weight isn't an issue unless I can't go out. Or Amelia makes dessert after dessert.
My problem has been on the bread too. I'll eat it till I give myself a tummy ache. Plus pizza, that's a really good idea.
Oh, and the cauliflower here is just so amazing.
So good.
And it's always got worms in it. Our cauliflower survived, I don't know.
Buzz asked, any idea what happened to the crime rate? I have no idea. That's a good question. I know that
the crime rate here?
Yeah, just in general in Ecuador, since they've been, and since the virus started. I don't know. I'm
guessing it's gone down because you can't be outside.
Yeah. I know that they've been arresting a lot of people, mostly in Guayaquil, I think, or Guayas in the province, for breaking curfew.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. And I also don't know how many people actually live in alone. It's small. The nice thing about being here too is that, Guayaquil is a big city and there's tons of people there. Here, there's these little villages and we're all kind of spread out. So at least we're not all on top of each other, breathing in each other's cooties.
Rob asked where we met. We met in Denver.
We did. Through a friend.
Through a friend.
But it wasn't a setup. We just met as in a group.
In a group.
Yes. It was a group setting. Yes, the ATM system in Alone does suck because there is none. It's very frustrating. All
right, Ryan, here's your warning. One more comment like that and you're booted. Blocked from our channel. You don't want to be blocked from our channel. We have I have a 0 tolerance policy on any kind of nasty comments, and most people probably don't realize they've been blocked for posting one bad comment, but a lot of people on my block list is in the hundreds.
Wow.
I have no issue blocking people for posting hate comments or any kind of racial slurs.
Yeah, that's not cool.
No, it's not cool.
We did not leave a place back in the States. We just have our families. So if we come back, I guess we would start there. I don't know what we would do.
Where?
If we went back to the US, where we would go. I have absolutely no idea. I mean,
we really don't have any plans to come back. We would most likely go, if we have to leave Ecuador for whatever reason, political instability or whatever, we would probably just go someplace else.
Yeah, there's a whole world to experience. Yeah. And that was our thought, was that we want to go and experience it.
Yeah, there's so
and share
much
it with
to
all of
see.
you.
I know, and I love filming. That's one thing that's bugging me more than anything. Amelia is addicted to surfing already. So she's really suffering by not being able to go out and surf and practice. And for me, it's going out and filming. I realize how much I miss filming and flying mini because we're stuck inside. So I guess I didn't realize I was kind of addicted to it, but man, it's a
lot of fun. We really enjoy doing the videos, and it makes us more present when we are in video mode. And I just miss being active outdoors. We're both outdoors people, and it is hard knowing that the ocean is so close, but yet so far.
Yeah.
However, because it's so quiet now, we can hear it in our bedroom, which is really nice.
Yeah. When the high tide is in, we can open the windows and hear the ocean.
Yes. Bill, I do love Canada. It is beautiful.
Yeah, Canada is beautiful.
I've only been on the western side. I've never been over in the eastern side.
Well, you've been to Calgary and Edmonton. That's central.
Okay, central. Yeah, I've never been to Montreal or Quebec.
Or
any of those
Nova
places.
Scotia.
And Hawaii, yes. Hawaii would be awesome. I've been to Maui. You've been to several places.
I've been to Oahu, Molokai, and the Big Island. Yeah, and I loved it. All 3 islands. I still want to go to Kauai. And see where they filmed Jurassic Park and Lost.
So I've seen a couple random people walk by.
Yeah, they're walking by and they don't even have masks on. So they're breaking curfew.
What time is it?
Yeah. So people walk by out here, Ecuadorians, not gringos. Although I did see a gringo right by on a little moped.
Well.
Yeah, it makes no sense to risk it. It's just not worth the risk because, God, I would not want to be arrested right now.
No. Well, ever. I don't ever want to be arrested.
Yeah.
And yeah, they are. I don't know if they're still actually arresting people or if they're just doing the fines now, because I read that they had more people in the beginning when they started this. I don't know if it was the president said that they had more people that they had arrested for breaking curfew that then were sick with the virus. That's not good.
Yeah. There's 2 guys going by carrying a big coconut.
No, I guess they were thirsty.
Yeah. They went by just the other way without a coconut, and they came back with the coconut.
So, Ellen, I just saw somebody else about this whole thing, somebody else posting about this whole thing with Venezuela. Honestly, I really haven't been paying too much attention. Don't have any idea what is going on.
Yeah.
But I'm quite sure it's something that I don't know. I don't want to talk politics.
No.
Honestly, I just don't even pay any attention to the United States politics since we live here.
Yeah.
Doug, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Doug.
Yes, and you stay safe. Be careful out there. Doorman in Upper Manhattan. Wow. He's in the heart of, it's pretty bad in New York. And I don't know anything about Congrejo Rojos. Is that red crabs?
Yeah, we don't eat
We don't eat seafood, so we're probably not the best people to ask.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else on the chat can answer that question for you. I have no idea. Yeah, Canada can be expensive. I do know that. We went to Vancouver. Oh my gosh, that is such a cool city. Loved it. But yeah, it's very, very expensive. Rob, papaya over politics. I love it.
God, I got a really good papaya when I went to Tia the other day when I recorded that video. It's a round one. They're a lot different than the oblong ones. They're kind of, I say that they're like a cross between a cantaloupe and a papaya.
They're really good.
They're really good, but they taste a lot different than the normal papaya. But we had some yesterday and today, and it was delicious.
So, Lorna, we have not done an official interview with an expat family with children living in Ecuador, and we've actually tried to talk to some people about that. The problem is we can't have kids in the video. But we know some people that have kids here, and basically what they told us, and this is very an unofficial conversation, so this is just a couple people's opinions, but we've been told that most of the people just do homeschooling to get online. The best education. Yeah, that they do online schooling. But other than that, I don't really know. I think it would be a great opportunity if you had kids to bring them to another country and let them experience a different culture. I think that'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah, we did meet a couple with some kids before we left, and we were planning on doing an interview with them when we visit Cuenca again, but our plans got canceled. And
yes.
For obvious reasons.
Yes. Yeah, Sequoia, she said if she stays in Canada, she won't be able to retire. I think it's like that for a lot of people, unfortunately. Samantha wants to know what the rent is here in season for 1 month. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it just depends. It really depends on how big a place, whether you have an ocean view or not. For a month, it could range anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s.
Yeah, I remember seeing some postings for like $2,000 for a month.
Yeah, with the ocean view.
Yeah.
But some of those places have pools and private pools and ocean views. And they're amazing, but you pay a lot for those. You can rent someplace off the beach or even on the other side of the highway for just a couple $100 a month.
Yeah, it really depends, like JP said, how close you want to be to the beach. I do know Salinas is more expensive.
Yeah.
What have you heard about when the government will start letting people back into the country? We have not heard anything. I'm more concerned with people that live here being able to go back to work.
Yeah.
We're lucky that we both work online anyway, but majority of the people that live in this country do not.
Yeah, we got to get the beach back open so that all these people can earn a living again.
Hey, Kevin from Devon. I'm glad to see that people are behaving themselves there. That is awesome to hear. And yeah, Ivan, we are getting supplies. We're fine. The nice thing too is that I don't know what it's like in other parts of Ecuador, but at least here in Alone, there was not this crazy run on toilet paper.
Yeah, plenty of
people have not been hoarding toilet paper or paper towels. So the paper products are well stocked.
Is there an expat group in Alone? Yes, there is. They meet every Friday afternoon for poker and beer, and then they all go out for dinner.
Yes. So, well, yeah, they were.
They're not now.
Yes, obviously. I'm sure that will pick back up.
Yep. As soon as this is over, I'm sure they'll all be back together.
Yeah, there's a nice variety of expats that live here. It's pretty cool. We didn't get a chance to meet very many people, unfortunately, before all this started, but we'll get there. This will end, hopefully sooner than later. Everyone keep your fingers crossed.
A lot of people from Canada. That's cool.
Rob said in Colombia there is a saying, no dar papaya. Don't put yourself, oh, interesting. It means don't put yourself in risky situations. I haven't heard that, but that doesn't mean they don't say it here. Wayne wants to know if the Olón mercados are open or if we have to go to Montanita for food. So, yes, they are open, but we never really know when they're going to be open. So it's just kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
We talked to Robbie, who owns South Indian Restaurant, and he just says he goes there every morning to see if he'll be able to buy the vegetables or not. We can go into Tia, though, to Montanita. And I have heard, I haven't gone, and JP hasn't gone into the actual town itself. But I did hear that they had their little mercaditos open and that they had some good vegetables there. I don't know, but Tia's the brown. And then there are 2 other little tiny mercaditos here that just sell regular, like they don't sell the fresh food. They sell the canned stuff and dried beans.
Those are more like
tiendas. Yeah, you're right. Gracias.
Con gusto. What is that? Jose Joshua? I'm not sure how you pronounce your name.
I don't.
We have a video. Go search our channel for "We're Leaving Cuenca." I think that's the title of the video that we posted back in January. So it has all the info about why we left Cuenca.
Yes. Yep. Bottom line is, JP was having some issues with altitude in his back, and we wanted to experience other parts of Ecuador.
Yep. Our plan is not to stay here forever either. Nope. We really want to show a lot of different parts of Ecuador and experience them for ourselves.
So how long is the stay in place mandate in Ecuador? Well, we know right now they've just extended it officially to the 12th, and there are no international or domestic flights through the end of April, and no interprovincial buses. So we'll see. Time will tell. Hi from Canada again, or hi, Louis.
Another Kansas representative.
Oh, Gary, I'm glad to hear that there is no shortage of toilet paper in Cuenca. I saw somebody posted a picture of a King Soopers somewhere in Colorado in the Denver area, and they took a picture of a entire row of shelves completely empty, and the woman said that's where they normally would have stocked all the paper products. Crazy.
Are there younger expat remote workers? There are a lot of younger. We're starting to see even more younger expats here, and there are a lot of people from all over the world on this stretch of coast because of the surfing. A lot of bohemian types.
Yes. Our friends Chinu and Aben are doing well. Obviously business has slowed down, but they are doing deliveries, so they're still making do, and I've seen some positive reviews for them on Gringo Post, so that's good. Now I think with the deliveries, I think that people who are able to do deliveries are probably doing okay. We talked to Robbie about that too, and he said he was doing fine. They have a little bit of a limited menu, but that's not surprising.
I'm sure we'll get the stimulus check because we still file taxes in the States. We don't file taxes in Ecuador because we don't earn any income inside Ecuador. So all of our income is through the States.
Yeah, Elena said, why are people going out? I know you have to, it is scary because it is so contagious. Almost everybody here in Alone are wearing masks, so that's a good thing.
Except for the guy we just saw breaking curfew again. He just walked back by without his coconut. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know. But you know what? At least there's nobody else out. So if he is sick, he's not infecting anybody because nobody else is out. I don't know.
No estamos fluido en español todavía, pero estamos estudiando, pero nada mucho. Necesitamos estudiar mucho más.
Sí. Oh, and yes, Mindo. I've been dying to go to Mindo for bird watching the Amazon. There's so many places we want to go. The whole virus thing, it sucks obviously for the entire planet, but when this is over, we're definitely going to start traveling again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really want to go to the Amazon. We never made it over there when we were in Cuenca.
I know there's so many places to go. Ecuador is such an incredibly diverse country. We're very, very grateful to be here. We absolutely love it. And yes, we are going to stay in Ecuador as long as Ecuador will have us. As long as things continue to stay stable. Yeah,
as long as the government, they had to take another IMF loan to get through this, and so we're not sure what's going to happen with that when this is all over. Hopefully they can figure out how to keep the government stable. KSJ Travels, we recorded a video a few weeks ago called Why We Chose Alone, so go check. It's one of our most recent videos.
Where was our second choice? Our second choice was Salinas.
Yeah, we seriously thought about Salinas, but we're really happy we went we moved to Alone instead.
Yeah.
Although we may live in Salinas at some point.
We thought about Salinas because it has a mercado and it has the grocery store, but it feels like it's definitely a different vibe there because it's much more of a true vacation community where people live here year round. I mean, people live year round in Salinas too, but I don't know, just felt like it was much more of a tourist town. Would you agree with that?
Yes, Salinas is very touristy. It's really dead when there's not a holiday. And
yeah, it was weird.
This is definitely more of a permanent community.
And it's not that we didn't consider Manta, we just hadn't been there yet, and our plan was just our plan is to go up and around. So we were planning on going to Manta. We were planning on doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah,
Galapagos was on the list for this year. Now that we're permanent residents, we can go there for half the cost. So we really want to go to Galapagos. I've wanted to go to Galapagos my entire life.
Yes, Galapagos would be really freaking cool. You know, a positive side effect to the virus is that I think that the pollution is going down in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So there is, Mother Earth can heal herself a little bit, I suppose. I don't know.
And is food more expensive? Surprisingly, no, nothing. The price has changed on nothing, at least here in Alone. All the veg, I went the other day and got a big bag. It was like $4.50 for several bags of fresh vegetables. There's no change in price at all. I keep expecting, I asked the cab driver how much it was going to cost to bring me back to Alone. It's normally $1.50, and he said $1.50.
I know.
I'm like, I just keep expecting for things to be more expensive, but.
Craig said eggs have doubled. Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, we haven't noticed any increase on the fruits and veggies.
Right.
We don't buy eggs.
Oh, Rob said we seemed less anxious than the other day that we were resigned to our fate. Yeah, I guess you're right. Did we seem? We probably were. We're on an emotional roller coaster, just like I'm sure all of you guys are.
We're having our ups and downs.
Yeah, it's definitely been interesting. But it is what it is. It's the not knowing, that makes it hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can deal with being quarantined, but like, are we going to be quarantined for another month or is it going to be 6 months?
Yeah.
I need to be mentally preparing myself.
I keep telling her it's going to be longer.
I know. He needs to shut up.
It's going to be longer unless they just say we lost. Just go about your business and hope you don't get it. I mean, that's the only way this is going to end. It's sooner than if they keep trying to defeat it, then this is going to go on for months. Yeah, all the experts are saying it's 6 months. I agree with you, Andy and Tammy.
Oh, I didn't see that. 6 months?
Yeah. Yeah, the pandemic experts are saying it's going to be 6 months, but
I just don't see how
it's so contagious.
The entire planet can be quarantined for 6 months.
Yeah, we'll all starve.
That's
how are we going
realistic.
Under our current economic system, how would that work? Because if like in Amelia's case, if they stop building buildings, I mean, if nobody's working in offices, they don't need office buildings, they don't need schools, they will need more hospitals.
Yeah.
But without buildings, Amelia doesn't have a job. Her company doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and this is just one example.
Hi, Peter. I like your name. Good-looking honky.
Awesome.
I love it. Yeah, Quito being almost car-free Saturdays and Sundays, that will definitely help with the pollution. Bonnie said that she could already tell a difference in the air quality in Cuenca.
Wow, Mike and Kathy from Nicaragua.
Hola. So Samantha said, thinking about moving to Alone, we don't need a place that's big. Is there a walk there? I don't know. You probably could find a place for 300. I have no idea, to be honest with you, in Alone. But yeah, there is, what's the name of Deb's real estate company?
I don't remember. Craig, what's the name of Deb's real estate company? I don't remember the name of it.
I know, I have her card.
Yeah, if you just if you want to send us a private message through our
we'll connect
our website, I can send an email introduction if you want to talk to somebody who knows a lot more about it than we do.
Alan said, I guess JP is right because my mom is saying September and the old school people are right.
Scary times.
Yeah, it is scary. It's just crazy.
Yeah, we waited too long. The world waited way too long to react. They were trying to, protect the economy when we should have been shutting down the airports. And then this would have been over in a couple of months. But by waiting, Ecuador just waited way too long. They let in way too many people from Spain. And it just got out of control before they even reacted.
Yeah, well, and reading through a couple more comments that I've seen too, that they said the virus there's some different strains of it now. Mm-hmm. It's just going to have to run its course, and it just sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know, not a doctor, and I'm not an economist.
There's a gringo. What are they doing out? I would not risk breaking curfew.
Hi, Bella the cat.
Felix, the government is testing, but not very many because they just don't have a lot of tests. So, and they don't have they don't have enough personnel to administer the test.
Yeah, that's the big issue too, is that they just don't have enough people to
Yeah, so the numbers that they're publishing are way understated. I mean, we know for a fact that there are way more people who have died and probably a lot more people who have it.
So Gary said Cuenca food delivery people can still deliver till 7 p.m. daily. I'm not exactly sure how that works because I thought they had to have they still had to have that permission slip, whatever that thing is called. I don't know.
We're not going to touch the 5G debate.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Gringo spotting.
Gringo! Daisy's like, where?
Mr. S wants to know what we're doing to keep from getting bored inside. Well, baking. We've been baking. We've actually been really busy working, and we've started doing the cooking videos, which is, I can't say I've really been feeling bored. My job has been super busy. I'm honestly surprised how much busier I've been lately over the last few weeks since Colorado is not necessarily quarantined or on isolations, but my company decided to go ahead and have everybody work from home before things blew up. And so having your whole company switch to go to virtual work created a lot more work for those of us who were virtual workers.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining. I'm very happy and grateful to have my job.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, it's a good thing. And I enjoy it most of the time.
Yeah.
It's a job, there's always that aspect of stuff you don't like.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't been as busy. People just aren't doing web design stuff now. They're just not spending money on that. And we've lost some patrons and totally understand why. So if you want to keep me employed, please consider joining our band of unconventionals over on Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll have a link to that in the description.
Yes.
We really appreciate all of our patrons. They allow me to earn an income, so I'm not just a kept man. So I'm not just a sugar baby.
So, Ellen, I was just reading about the antibody testing that they're doing in Telluride. So I thought that was really interesting. We'll see how that works. I'll be curious to hear. Well, it's nice to know that globally everybody seems to be joining together to do what they can to find a vaccine and come up with whatever they can do to keep people safe and stop the spread. And I do agree the best plan is to practice good hygiene and cover your mouth when you cough. And,
common sense stuff.
Yes, all that good stuff.
Tana is someplace that I really want to go. I've been researching it. Some of the different popular expat cities here, and Tana is one place I would really like to visit.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
And we don't know anything about the contagion there. I know Napo was one of the last places to get it.
Yeah. Glenn from Canada, hola. I don't know anybody that has had the virus and recovered or died.
Yeah, we don't know anybody.
We don't know anyone. Hopefully we won't. That would be awful. It is awful. I wouldn't touch him with a 6-foot pole has now become a national policy. That's a good one. Connie said she is also not as busy as usual, but working along at a lower level. Yep. So Lorna said they had a patient receive that Hydra, blah, 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 and they improved quickly. That's good. That's good to hear. Yeah, Alina wants to know how I got into surfing. So, I love telling this story. Way back in the day, 1991, Keanu Reeves made the movie Point Break. I love that movie. I've seen it like a zillion times. That made me want to learn how to surf. And when we came to Ecuador, I heard that Montanito was the place was big for surfing. And now that we live here, I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to live in alone and not try to surf. So I did. I was just telling JP this morning, though, I'm glad I didn't buy a surfboard yet because it probably would depress me to look at it every day. Yeah.
She hasn't caught a tube yet, though.
I made JP watch that with me the other night on Netflix. I haven't seen it in several years.
Well, should we wrap it up? It's been over an hour.
Oh, it has? I have no idea what time it is.
It's been over.
Wow, Mexico, it's beautiful. I don't know what's going on in Mexico these days. So
no. Let's wrap it up, Amelia. We're having some connection issues too. Is that all right?
Yes.
Amelia's addicted to the chat stream.
Just nice to say hello to everybody. Yep. So hello to everybody. We didn't get to connect with you.
Okay, Amelia.
All right.
You're reading and you're not paying any attention to the camera.
I know. Sorry.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up for now. It's been an hour. I think we're going to do this again next Saturday afternoon. So mark your calendars. This is
seems
fun.
Like a really good time, and it is really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Fun. We're all connected by our isolation.
And I hope you enjoyed it as well. Hope you guys got some entertainment value from this and connecting with each other too.
Yeah, and any of you gringos, if you're living in the neighborhood and you just got tuned in because you were out wandering around, next time I'm going to turn the camera around and you're going to be on YouTube Live as you walk by our window.
No, we're not going to out people.
All right, guys, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we will see you all in our next video.
Yes, ciao.
Ciao.